Our learning target for today is I can ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding of key ideas. So whenever we're asking questions, we do this to help us understand the text. We can do it before we read the text, which is called predicting. We can do it during, and we can do it after. There are different types of questions that we can ask. We can ask what are called thin questions. Thin questions are right there. It's the who, what, where, when, how. Those easy questions where you just look right into the text and you find the answer. But then we also have thick questions, which are search and think kind of questions. It's what if questions. It's why. How would you do something? How might a character react differently? Those are questions that you really have to think about. When we're answering questions, readers should always look back in the text to answer the questions. Whether it's a thin question or a thick question, you should still use the information in the text in order to answer these questions. We have a vocabulary word. The vocabulary word is grind. Grind means to crush or break something into very small pieces by rubbing it against a rough surface or using a special machine. So today, we are still in Danger Earthquakes, so we're focusing on pages 24 to 33. So again, if you have not read those pages again, I want you to press pause and go back and read over those pages. So the first question is, how are fault zones formed? How are fault zones formed? The next question is, where's the San Andreas Fault? Let's look a little bit closer at the reading. How does the author define the word mantle? How does the author define the word mantle? The mantle is a 2,000-mile thick layer of melted rock. That's really, really thick. Is the mantle hard rock or liquid rock? How do you know? It is liquid because it is melted, and also it was in the text. What causes earthquakes? Earthquakes happen when rocks on one side of a fault zone slide past rocks on the other side of the fault zone. Using page 15, let's practice how to ask and answer a question using text-based evidence. First, let's start by reading the page 15 and then ask ourselves the question, how long do earthquakes last? So, page 15. Most earthquakes last a minute or less, yet they cause more damage than any other natural disaster. Earthquakes can knock down buildings and wreck highways. They can destroy whole cities and towns. By looking back in the text, I see the first sentence tells us that most earthquakes last a minute or less. So now, I want you to ask yourself this question. Why do earthquakes occur? You're going to use details from the pages we read today to explain your answer.